It's IBC2025 and we're here on the NETGEAR booth here. I'm joined by Richard. Hi Richard, how you doing?
Hey, very well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, it's lovely to see you again. We're going to talk about hardware in a second, but we're at a show. People talk about trends. What are you seeing here at NETGEAR?
Yeah, we see there are some old trends, there are some new trends. Of course, the new trend is the buzzword AI. That's a trend, not carried by everyone in every broadcast organization on all levels of seniority, but it's something we have to deal with.
Okay.
It's not being embraced yet by everyone. There are trends that have to do with the way broadcast is being done, the workflow. So bringing it to the cloud, that is 90%. We heard at the DPP breakfast, 90% of media companies has embraced the cloud. So that's great news. There's a few things they need to do as well, particularly here in Europe. Data sovereignty is a big topic. Data security, zero trust. How do you do that when you just opened up your entire production to the cloud, right? Then you have to close the door again. So there is some consultancy necessary for large media companies to figure that out. So if you look at the long-term trends of doing things software-defined, definitely a trend. We've seen a couple of announcements really in the couple of weeks before IBC25 of companies investing in audio technology. One of them is Lean and Mean Audio, Llama, just being bought by Ross Video, and Ewan Cameron of Llama says a silent movie is really boring. So audio is definitely super important. We see the traffic at audio booth and audio halls is about double the traffic from video halls. We see the same when people deploy our switches. A lot of it is audio. And the investments in audio technology are probably catching up with the investments in cloud security, video. Another one is Audinate announced support for SMPTE 2110-30. So we're all moving in the same direction. We do the same with our products. We're embracing the fact that this is, well, Planet's broadcast and Planet's commercial AV kind of merging with a third planet called IT. So we're right in the middle of it. So we think these trends are exciting. Another one I want to mention that is exciting to us is that the top worry of CTOs in the media space is operational efficiency. Their boss tells them to take cost out of things they've been doing for years. Like, can't we do this more efficiently? Because you, my friend, need to spend time on implementing AI and things like data mesh, buzzwords, data mesh. And that means you need to take cost out of your operational daily stuff. And one of these things is replacing SDI by networking. That's been going on for a few years already. And of course, you can do that with the Dinosaur Enterprise brands and pay 180,000 euros for a switch, or you think of alternatives, and that's definitely a trend that's working in our advantage. If you need to do new SMPTE 2110 infrastructure in 200 trucks, and you look at how much that would cost doing that with a top enterprise brand or with the new kid on the block, NETGEAR, you save millions and millions doing it with NETGEAR. So there are a lot of conversations the last 2 days already about this particular topic. Rather than saying, why should I do it? It is, how am I going to do that? And of course, that's for us, it's a great, well, call it a diploma for what we've been preaching the last couple of years.
Yeah. As you already touched upon, the shows like this are great for buzzwords and the current themes, but under that you have a team of engineers, as you say, working on reduced budgets, trying to build the infrastructure, trying to keep it up to date, and probably relying on NETGEAR to some extent.
Yeah, and that's more and more. So if you look at how, for example, in an enterprise studio or a large studio in a university, there is going to be a combination of typical enterprise technology and typical broadcast technology. And they come from different technology worlds, and it's got to meet somewhere in the middle.
Sure.
So the broadcast guys, they want PTP, Genlock, clocks, everything is clocked. While on the commercial AV side, that's not really a thing, right? If a screen turns black in broadcast, people get fired. Yeah. If a screen turns black in commercial AV, you say sorry and you move on, right? So what we see is reliability becomes more important there. Redundancy becomes more important. Clocking comes into the commercial space, and then we created something called our hybrid model for networking that supports both. Another example would be a Formula One race with Riedel Intercom, where they have clocking on one part of the network, but it doesn't need to be everywhere. So you could do a hybrid network with a clocked part, PTP aware, and a non-PTP aware part.
Sure.
That's actually what we demo right here on this show. And we made the configuration so easy that setting this up can be done in less than a few minutes.
Wow, okay.
While it took the team at the Olympic Games in Paris 1 week to do this by hand. And the trick is automation. You know, you do all the settings, you work with the manufacturers, figure out exactly how to do it, and then you freeze this in a profile. And that is what we call our hybrid SEMT profile. And I think from all the demos we did here, we demo every half an hour, this was the number one request. So show me how to do that. It's not why do I need it, it is show me how to do this. And I think that that's going to be a hit over the next couple of years.
Absolutely. Richard, you've answered all my questions.
Thank you very much. Happy to do so.
I think we're going to probably do a couple of other videos on the booth about various new products. But until then, Richard, if people aren't at IBC, where can they find out more information?
netgear.com/AV. You can email us, broadcast@netgear.com.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Do check out the website. Do contact them for all your infrastructure and networking needs. And for everything else that we're doing at the show, that's at kitplus.com.